G'day peoples, welcome to part 4 of my recap of 2024. So grab yourself a coffee, sit back and enjoy. Now up at the Matt Wilson Lookout and Campground. You're not allowed to have caravans or trailers come up here, so it's not too sure how many campers will get up here. And this is Sullivan Creek Campground. Swimming not advisable. But they don't say no. Something actually killed this one. But it's only a freshie. Just coming down to have a look at the old Victoria River crossing. Well, you could find a line across alright, but once you get to the other side, nowhere to go. Okay, going to do the Nawalbinbin walk. Righto, let's go. Anyway, onward and upward. Yeah, you can see some shapes in the edge. Another shape above. Some larger shapes there possible. And if we go along a bit further, got a whole heap of stuff here. Not sure how they got up there to do that, but well, that's a bummer. Limestone Gorge and the Broad Arrow track were the two that I wanted to do. Alright, let's go and have a look at the Tufa dams. Just pulled up to Belita Homestead and checked into the workshop. Not much up there. Good morning, sunshine. There the water is flowing. Yep, this will do for a camp. We've just flushed it and just put mineral water in it. See how it goes after that tomorrow. Not a bad place to camp. Well, I'm now officially out of Gregory National Park. Well, now I've got a new problem. That tank's not supposed to hang down like that. Yeah, it looks like there's 3 bolts on the front of the tank that holds it up to the chassis, and looks like they're probably broken or fallen out, and the whole front part of the tank has dropped down. Now there's one bracket still attached to the chassis. There's where one bracket has been ripped off the chassis, and that's where the other one has been ripped off the chassis as well. I managed to get one bolt back in and got the tank back up into place. It looks like the Chemiweld didn't really do anything for my car in this situation, so it's still pressurising. Anyway, I'll head home and get her all fixed up. This will do me. I've done about 250 k's, I think, since I strapped the fuel tank back in, and 200 of that was on the main highway, and then I refilled it. So now it's got like 150 litres in there. So add that to the weight of the tank, you're probably looking about 200 kilos. I've done 10 kilos off-road from the highway to get out here. So we better check the straps and see if they're still holding. Where are we? Oh, so far so good. Well, my luck is really holding out today. I've made it as far as Winton. Coming into town just as I pulled in, the rear squeaking like mad, and that's pretty hot in there. So I think it might have done a rear wheel bearing. Oh, I think we have found the problem. I think that's supposed to be done up. We'll see if I can get that done up, and hopefully that might fix it. But I did notice there's a locking tab washer back here which is just spinning, so I'm guessing the tab's broken off that, so it's just so it's not actually holding anything anymore. Anyway, see what we can do. Yeah, pulled up to a place called Douglas Ponds Creek Recreation Area. So see, there's some toilets further up the road there. Cool bridge. She looks a wee bit dry. I decided to pull up at Fisherman's Rest near Mitchell, which is one of my favourite little camp spots. But they've actually put a road into it now, so it's got wall-to-wall caravans up the other end there. Anyway, got this spot on my own, so looks pretty good to me. Struth. Woke up this morning and it's minus 1.3 degrees. That's a hell of a difference in one day's drive southeast. Next problem is about 5 o'clock this morning I went to plug in the Selfie and lost all power to the canopy. Just the sort of thing you want to do on a freezing cold morning. Anyway, back in business, so time for a coffee. Yeah, just pulled into Bowenville Reserve for the night. Going to camp here along with 1,000,001 other campers. This place certainly has got popular over the last couple of years. Anyway, I guess tomorrow I'll be heading home. Going to be a bit sad about that. Now I'm just waiting for the Blues Brothers part where all the mudguards and everything falls off the car. G'day peoples. I've been back home now for a couple of weeks, and since I haven't had any better offers, I might just get stuck into some of the repairs. Genuine Nissan washer lock nut. So as far as I can work out, they're the same for the H233 and the H260. Let's see if it fits. Now I've got the tab facing downwards to go into that slot. And beautiful. Two different faces. There's a bevel on one side with a sort of machined face to it. The other side is just plain cast looking. So the beveled side goes down. She's about down. fuel tank. So now it's time to go camping and test everything out. G'day peoples. For this little episode we're out at Andrew Drynan Park for a couple of days. Just enjoying the serenity. Pretty much got the whole of this side of the park to ourselves. And we've got a nice little campfire going. We can sit around and relax, eh Jeff?
Howdy.
At least down here you don't have to worry about crocodiles being in the water with you. G'day peoples. For today's mission we're going to try and remove the head off the air compressor and change it for another one. Okay, hose is all run. I did have to remove the battery and all that stuff to get to one zip tie to get the old hose out. But anyway, so that's all done. That's one more job done. I've got a new bush to go into the selector mechanism on the gearbox. So got into the gearbox, now I've just got to pull that out. And that knob on the end is supposed to have that little bush in it, so I'm hoping that that is half the problem. Alright, I've drained the gearbox and then I poured a few litres of diesel through it from the top here, so hopefully that'll wash off any of the crappy dark browny muddy looking oil that came out of it. Hey peoples, I'm just heading off to the Nissan Club Christmas party. So camped here at Little Yabba Creek, just underneath a nice big tree. Just gonna head off on the boardwalk and have a look at this fig tree. Wow, didn't realise the stinging trees grew so big. It's huge. That was a little disappointing. Looks like quite a big turnout for the Queensland Nissan Patrol 4-Wheel Drive Club Christmas party.
Here.
Santa. Yeah. Merry Christmas. What's the owl?
Hang on. I guess it normally does mine.
Woohoo! I know there's actually a shark right out there, just right in front of camp. But anyway, give swimming a miss today. I woke up this morning just standing on the dune looking down at the beach and noticed some tracks. So let's go and have a look. Apparently that's more than likely a loggerhead turtle. So there should be some little turtles heading off into the water in 80 days or so. So roughly about February the 15th. I think I prefer the snake. Hey peoples, Just going to head off now for a few days down into northern New South Wales and hopefully find a nice swimming hole and camp up for a few days. Camp down at Paddy's Flat. Found a nice little spot right beside the water, and it doesn't look like there's anybody else camped here, so got the whole place to myself. Yeah, looks like they've pretty much finished doing the bridge replacement at Paddy's Flat. This is the remains of the tank traps that they put here in World War II to try and stop the tanks coming down through the valley. The idea was the tanks rose up as they tried to drive over them, which exposed the underneath of the tanks, and then they could hopefully stop them or damage them in some way. They were right across the river, but they got dragged out much later on. Well, that's about the end of my recap for 2024. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll catch you on the next adventure.